Hey, so this is just a really quick guide on how to create 3D prints from LiDAR data. So a lot of countries have sort of national LiDAR libraries that are free to download. I live in a country called Wales, so we have one called Datamap Wales. So depending on what country you're in, the view is probably going to look a little bit different. But if you just sort of Google LiDAR data, your country or state or whatever, and then see if there's anything freely available. So you can sort of see on my map here, it shows me the green areas where there is data and the red areas where there's not so much. So once you zoom into a certain level, it becomes gridded. You can select a grid, and then I can download the data in that grid. And the options I have to me are as DTMs or DSMs. Now, the difference between those is a DSM gives you everything. So the tops of the trees and stuff like that. Whereas a DTM, some algorithms have been run on the data to try and strip out things like buildings, trees, and anything but the ground. Sometimes they work, sometimes not so good. So once you've chosen the data you want and you've downloaded it, you want to use a piece of software called QGIS or QGIS. It's free open source software. Works on Mac, PC, and Linux as well, I think. Um, so this is a GIS mapping system. So once you've downloaded your data, all you want to do is just drag it into the viewer. So you can see here I've downloaded the data for all of Wales. And then to convert this to something you can 3D print, there's a handy plugin you can use, which is called DEM2 3D. So if you don't have it installed, you want to search for it. It's DEM, and then there's DEM2 3D. Install it, and then just make sure it's got a little tick box next to it to make sure it is installed. And then to open it, you go to raster, and then it's got its own little tab down here. So I might already have this open, to be honest. Yep. So all you want to do in this is set the layer. So I've set the layer to here, and then there's a bunch of options of how much stuff you want to show. If I try to do all of this, it would probably crash. So you can select from an extent. So if you've got a boxed area, you can use that as your how much you want to use, or you've got the select full extents option. I'm just going to use this one over here, which is draw extents. And then I'm just going to zoom in on Snowdon here, which is here, and Snowdon Mountain, which is the tallest mountain in Wales. And then just draw a box on the screen. And then you can see once these numbers in here are populated, it's selected an area. You'll need to set the spacing. I've just used the recommended 0.2. And then this width is how big the 3D print actually is. So it's going to scale the model down for us so we can fit it on our printer. So depending on what printer you've got and what size you want it to be, you can set it in here. So I might just pick 200. Okay, I just pick 200 millimeters because I've got a bamboo P1S and the max it can do is 256. So that should be pretty good. And then you just need to add a height in here. I'm just going to set it at 0. But you could also pick, it gives you a lowest point and a highest point, so we could set it to 200, for example. And all that's going to do is put a cutoff, so whatever this value is, that's where it'll start from, as in from this data. So if we wanted to see the top 200-ish meters of data, we could stick this to 900, and then it's only going to do anything above that. You want it to build sides as well. So once that's done, we can do export to STL. It's going to take a little bit of time. That's fine. Asks you where you want to save it. And then it will just run through. It's usually pretty quick on small areas. Dokie. Perfect, that's done. So straight into Bamboo Studio. And there's the model it's just created. So just drag this in. And there we have it. You can see we've got some flat spots where there's some lakes, for example. And then I can just slice this as you would any model and then get it printed. So yeah, hopefully that's pretty straightforward. I'll just show you on this one so you can sort of see the little building at the top of the mountain there. So if you'd chosen the DTM, that might have been stripped out. Sometimes they're not great, but yeah. So anyway, this little model I will stick on Maker World, which you're free to download and print if you're particularly interested in Wales or from Wales. Otherwise, yeah, see what you can find online. There's loads of free stuff from governments and quite a bit that's fairly recent as well. Cheers.